Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Donald Trump will go to the U.S. Capitol to rally congressional Republicans today in his first visit since January 6, 2021, when his supporters descended on the building in an effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election result in Trump's favor. The high-profile meeting will set out Trump's priorities for a second presidency, but is also expected to see him demand that the GOP further intensify efforts to overturn a recent conviction by a New York court on felony charges. Ahead of the meeting, anti-Trump and pro-Palestinian protesters were seen gathering outside the Capitol Hill Club. One sign visible from one protester read, "No one is above the law." Some protesters implored Republicans entering the meeting to not drink the Kool-Aid. The Capitol Hill Club, where Trump is scheduled to address House Republicans this morning, is a confluence of both anti-Trump and pro-Palestinian protesters. pic.twitter.com/omihhww5qj. Trump, the presumptive GOP 2024 presidential nominee, was found guilty last month of 34 counts of document falsification relating to hush money paid to an adult film star, Stormy Daniels, shortly before his 2016 election victory. He has since corralled the Republicans into pushing a narrative line that the conviction is a result of the Department of Justice, DOJ, being weaponized against him by Joe Biden, even though the DOJ has no jurisdiction over the New York State court in which he was tried. Thursday's visit comes a day after his Republican allies secured a significant victory in a House of Representatives vote to hold the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, in contempt of Congress. Garland is being held in contempt for refusing to turn over recordings of an interview Biden gave to a special prosecutor, Robert Hur, appointed to investigate the president's illegal retention of classified documents. The meeting was billed in advance as forward-looking, with Trump supposedly focused on his agenda for a future presidency. This was expected to feature pledges against cuts to Social Security and Medicare in what is seen as a boon to older voters, as well as a promise to make permanent his multi-trillion-dollar tax cuts of 2017, which are due to expire next year. He is also expected to amplify his plans for a crackdown on migrants trying to cross the U.S. southern border and flag up plans for a U-turn away from the Biden administration's foreign policy priorities, which have included aid to Ukraine in its fight against Russia's invasion, per Politico. But a focus on the legal cases against him is likely to be given equal, or perhaps greater, priority. This could, according to Politico, include urging greater efforts to defund the office of Special Prosecutor Jack Smith. Smith was notably appointed by the DOJ to investigate Trump's role in the January 6 insurrection and the removal of classified documents from his presidency to his Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. Congressional Republicans are also preparing, at Trump's urging, legislation that would move state cases against him, including the New York conviction, and a separate charge of attempted election interference in Georgia to federal courts. Trump apparently signified his desire for congressional support in an expletive-laden phone call with Mike Johnson, the House Speaker, after his May 31 conviction. Johnson, who initially opposed an attempt by the far-right Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene to defund Smith's office, has now backtracked and held talks with the House Judiciary Chairman, Jim Jordan, about how to target it through the congressional appropriations system. Sign up to Trump on Trial. Stay up to date on all of Donald Trump's trials. Guardian staff will send weekly updates each Wednesday, as well as bonus editions on major trial days. After newsletter promotion, that country certainly sees what's going on, and they don't want Fani Willis and Alvin Bragg, the district attorneys in the Georgia and New York cases respectively, and these kinds of folks to be able to continue to use grant dollars for targeting people in a political lawfare type of way, Jordan, a vocal Trump backer, told Politico. Some GOP members have expressed skepticism about the efforts on behalf of Trump. We accuse Democrats of weaponizing the justice system. That's exactly what we'd be doing, one unnamed congressman, apparently granted anonymity for fear of reprisals from the former president's make.